What's up guys, my name is Sandia and I want to show you my favorite places in the beautiful country of Slovenia. So here is my Slovenia top 10. I have to say Slovenia is one of the most underrated countries in all of Europe. From the Adriatic Sea to the Julian Alps, Slovenia has so many hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Let's start this video off at the fairy tale destination of Lake Bled, now located about a 40-minute drive outside of Slovenia's capital. Lake Bled is one of Europe's most scenic lakes. It's home to Slovenia's only island which has a church built upon it now. It's called the Church of Mary the Queen, and it was built all the way back in the 16th century. I definitely recommend renting a rowboat to paddle out to the island, or you can also just walk around the lake's rim. Now another incredible feature of Lake Bled is its castle, now if Slovenia's oldest castle, with its history dating all the way back to the 11th century. I just love how it's built upon a precipice and overlooks the entire lake. It's quite an enchanting area. Now after Lake Bled, we're gonna head over to the coast to visit Iran, located on a narrow peninsula in the Adriatic Sea. Pirana was part of the Roman Empire back in 178 BC. During medieval times it became part of the Republic of Venice, with much of its Italian influence still prevalent today. I just love its medieval charm and orange roof buildings. While you're there, you can visit the Tartini Central Square or take a walk around the edge of the town, marveling at the Adriatic Sea. When Pirana is a hidden gem that deserves a visit. Afterwards, we're going to head to the mountains to visit the Julian Alps, now located in the northwestern corner of the country. Julian Alps are home to the tallest mountains in all of Slovenia. They remind me a lot of the Italian Dolomites. Now the tallest peak of the Julian Alps is Mount Triglav, which stands at an elevation of 2,864 meters. Now one of my favorite peaks in the Julian Alps is called Menget. It's located right in the Italian-Slovenian border, and what I like about it is that you can drive on Slovenia's highest road to get there. It's a little sketchy driving up there, but nothing like a good mountain drive. Now on the Italian side of Mangat, there's this little alpine lake called Lago di Fazine that offers a spectacular view of Manga's northern face. Now another beautiful place in the Julian Alps is Lake Bohinj. It's the largest lake in all Slovenia. It's just about a 30-minute drive from Lake Bled. It's definitely less touristy. Now there's a lot to do on the lake. You can take a ferry to reach the other side, or you can just take a nice stroll around the whole lake. It's just such a beautiful area with such enjoyable scenery. Now afterwards, we're going to visit the river Socha, with its source being in the Julian Alps. The river Socha is considered to be one of the most beautiful rivers in all of Europe. With its distinct crystal clear emerald waters, it reminds me a lot of the water in Switzerland's Val Versace. Now during World War I, the largest mountain battle in history took place here, which is pretty crazy to think about. Now today the river is a great place for kayaking and rafting. I'd love to just kayak down the whole river. Maybe I'll do that next summer. Anyways, just such a beautiful place. Definitely add that to your Slovenia bucket list. Now afterwards, we're gonna head over to Slovenia's capital, Ljubljana. Now while Ljubljana is one of the smallest capitals in Europe, with a population around 300,000, it's considered to be one of Europe's greenest cities. Now one thing I love about Ljubljana is how the river runs right through it. It makes you feel like you're not even in the city. Now the crowning feature is the Ljubljana Castle. It was built around the 12th century and it's one of the capital's most popular attractions. Now another great thing about Ljubljana and just Slovenia in general is that you can pretty much get to any part of the country with a relatively short drive. Now one of the most fascinating places in Slovenia is the Prajama Castle. Now it's located just 50 minutes from Ljubljana and it's the world's largest cave castle. It dates all the way back to the 13th century and has a fascinating history. Now the castle was destroyed 2 times, but the castle that you see today was built in 1570 in a Renaissance style. And the castle is virtually the same today as it was all the way back then. I mean, it would have been so interesting to live here during medieval times. Now afterwards we're gonna head over to eastern Slovenia to visit Tui, now located about an hour and a half's drive from Ljubljana. Tui is the oldest recorded city in Slovenia. It was inhabited during the Stone Age and served as a Roman military fort in 69 AD. Today it's a charming city and I love how the castle overlooks the town now. Another great thing about eastern Slovenia is it's home to beautiful wine country, and they're just endless rolling hills and vineyards that dot the landscape are just so beautiful.